for joining me at 11:11 Pacific Time, daily live with love. I am Love, and it is a pleasure to see you here again. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, what we do on this channel is we meet together at the same time, 11:11 Pacific Time, and we get in tune with ourself. We go into breath, we go into stillness. Sometimes there's a journey, sometimes there's a message, sometimes there's a card. What else is there? I answer questions. When there are questions pertaining to either the subject matter or different paths that you are on energetically, then I answer those questions to the best of my ability. If I have not been through it yet, I will kind of move you on to another source, because I really only entertain the ideas of which I've already been through, right? Authentically, I can only tell you about my journeys and how I've come through different things. So if you are here, it is because you are along your journey too. There might be knowledge you have that I don't have. I am not by any means an expert, and but what I have is experience. I have my own experiences that I share with you on a day-to-day basis. And we kind of show up here, and as we're waiting for the chatters to come on, I kind of feel into the energy. And I just got off a live Zoom with some folks over in Mount Shasta, and this subject of purpose and moving forward has come up again, which makes a lot of sense because we've just left the wood snake, right? And now we're traveling into the fire horse. And what does that mean? That means that there are things that are being asked to be let go of. They're being asked to move forward from. There could be ways that you've been stuck in many areas in your life, and you wonder, how do I move forward from here? Or something has happened in your life that's completely turned your life upside down, and you're like, I don't even know how to live anymore. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna survive this. Or you could just be in a stagnant kind of place where you're like, been here for a while, nothing's changing. What do I do now, right? Maybe it wasn't something major. Maybe it's just kind of like something doesn't feel right anymore. Something feels eh. Do you ever feel eh? Where you're just like, something more is needed. And joy came in this morning. As I was getting off this Zoom, this person that came in from Nigeria to feel into the energy of the group, he was feeling that there was a lot that had to do with sorrow, a lot to do with grief, possibly things we're still trying to hold on to that are meant to be let go of. By the way, if we don't let go of them, they kind of go anyway. So because we have free will, we have the choice. So if you are here, hello guys, how you doing? And if you feel like you've been holding on to something for quite some time, and you've been getting that inkling that you should let it go, this is probably your sign to let it go. And if letting that thing go creates a lot of turmoil in the mind of, what will I do? Who will I be then? That's a question to ask. If there's something you're holding on to that represents the person that you feel you are, observe it. Look at it, feel into it. Hello everybody as you're showing up. And notice, is who you feel you are wrapped up in a story? Is it wrapped up in, does your job signify who you are? That you would be nothing without this job? Does your partner signify who you are? Do your children signify who you are? That without them, you wouldn't know who you are. You wouldn't know what your life was for. These are all good questions to ask. In the place of the mother that wouldn't know who they were, that would mean that there isn't enough time being given for that mother to be something other than just a mother. Because whether you're a mother or father, you are still a man, you are still a woman. And there are different things that come up to be able to nurture that within you. And when you're nurturing that within you, you're also nurturing the inner child within you also. You're paying attention to the needs of that little one inside of you, which is really, that's you know, the heart, the soul. Some people like to use the word spirit, but we're here for the human experience. So these are just great questions that seem to be coming up. Let me know if you have any questions on this topic. Let's see if there are any questions. All right. So, to answer the question of belief background, I am not of a certain religion. I was brought up in a certain religion, and I had a great Bible basis from that religion. I actually had a very good experience within that religious community. There were still questions that weren't answered. As a child, I remember asking certain questions and being told to just have faith. Just have faith. I knew that there was more. Yes, trust, faith, connection. But I also knew that my religion wasn't the only one out there that had this strong belief, this strong connection to the divine. And I got to see that as I went from door to door, and I spoke to people from the age of, I don't know, 6 years old on. I got to experience others as they would also talk about their beliefs, their passion for Jesus, their passion for God, their passion possibly for a different type of name, right, in regards to God, right? And what I realized as a child was that it is all connected. There is no separation. Religion, in my experience, has liked to kind of set these boundaries with the divine. A friend of mine said recently, actually, yeah, they were the one that like assisted me in a ride from Colorado to Mount Shasta a couple months ago. And they had talked about how they were going to discount Jesus. Like, I don't know about Jesus. His kids were they're very devout Christian, and you know, as all of us, we're all questioning different things. It's time to question what do we believe in, and why do we believe in it? Is it because of a program through school, through religion, through family? Why do we believe what we believe? And why do we carry on with it, even though we possibly may feel like it's not quite there some of the time? So that is my relationship with religion. My relationship with spirituality, which started while I was in religion, had to do with like love. By the way, I am Love. It's a pleasure to have you all here. Pleased to meet you. For all those who haven't been here before. And so in regards to what is right, what is wrong, right? We're taught all those things. The stories. Stories are coming up for some reason. The stories that we tell ourselves, the stories we hang on to in life. Just like I said before, what story do we tell ourselves about who we are? What makes us us? And without that thing, do we feel like we're nothing? Right? So that's what's kind of coming up today. We're still kind of tapping into that energy of release from the wood snake to the fire horse that we're flowing into. Things are going to be starting moving faster, guys. I talk to you about this now because there's a lot of people that show up on this channel, very similar to me, that were procrastinators or are procrastinators or don't know how to move forward. I talked about this in the Zoom I was on just before I got on here with you guys. I said thank you to the person who was feeling into the energy of the group of grief and sorrow and again, death. We talked about death a couple of weeks ago with me being in a death light code, which just had to do with like allowing things to pass in your life. What's coming to mind is, what do they call that? Kidney stone. Yeah. So kidney stones will develop in the body when there's not enough of a certain, generally it's like citrus in one's diet. And if somebody were to catch that early and allow that kidney stone to, you know, break down in different ways by either by means of medication, or in my case, I like holistic stuff, so I go for like drinking lemon water, right? That keeps everything so that everything is not being clogged up by a kidney stone, right? This came up just like a couple weeks ago when I was talking to someone. I was like, well, try drinking more lemon water and then see how that goes. I was like, still seek, you know, professional guidance because I'm not a doctor, but there are things asking to be released. And like I said before, if they're not released, if you have stuff in your life that you're even like grasping, that you're like holding on to with both hands. I had an experience where I was coaching someone that was losing, she wasn't going to have her marriage anymore. And she didn't like that idea at all. And she felt she had done everything possible to keep him, as she put it. And so notice those words, keep him. When we're trying to hold on, keep on to somebody else, keeping on to a job that isn't for us anymore because we have a fear of where will the money come from. There are different ways that we're being asked to release. So what came up before I came on here, and let me just look in here, reincarnation. So reincarnation is the belief that basically we're here again and again. So what that means is energy. We are energy. All of us are energy. We may be physical, you know, we might be able to feel this table, feel this arm, but we're not actually solid. I know we're taught that, solid, liquid, and gas, but we're not actually solid. So in the case of energy, energy goes on and on and on. Do I believe that we signed up to be here? Absolutely. There wasn't a karma thing where we're like having to repeat things over and over. There was a time of karma, but now we're in a place where we signed up. You signed up to be here. How many times you come back here in different forms is entirely up to you. There are no limitations when it comes to creation. And yeah, we get to choose. All right. What about the sun? Do you believe humans are tied to it and the moon and spirituality? There are different views on the moon itself, I will tell you, just like there are different views on is the earth round, oval, or flat. And basically they're all true. You are a multi-dimensional human being. Human being here while you're here now. We are kind of like Superman. You know how Superman gets his power back from the sun? There's a reason why we as humans, it is, you know, get out there and get some sun, get that vitamin D, get those rays. Over time, we've been taught to fear those rays, right? Moderation. You know when you need a break from the sun. So we definitely have a tie to the sun. Without the sun, there would not be life here on this planet. We have a tie to the sun, the water, the land, the air that we breathe. And in regards to the moon is just reflecting the sun. It's your connection to the sun once again. Okay. Any more questions? Let me just look here. Yeah, Rudolf Steiner is fantastic. Oh my gosh. In fact, he has, I want to mention this because this came up yesterday. I'm not about predictions. I'm more about now. How do we live now? How do we get centered now? And how do we calm our nervous system when we pop out of our now and we're in the future or we're in the past, right? Anything that isn't now are in those categories. But they're also different parts of now also. So Rudolf Steiner, I'm going to have to look him up again. You're reminding me. Thank you. The one who mentioned it. He also has these amazing thoughts on growing food and agriculture. And listening to, was it an interview? She does these kind of, I don't know, monthly kind of updates. She has had intuitive gifts since she was a child. I don't always resonate with everything, but you know, you take, just like this channel, you take what you want, what you feel does resonate with you, and then you leave the rest behind. Maybe you come back again and you're like, oh, that makes sense now. But Rudolf Steiner has, look him up for sure. He's covered so many different parts of life, and the growing of food is pretty miraculous, how we are to grow food. A lot of us go to the supermarket, and we've grown to rely on that. And I'm here to tell you that there will be things occurring in this year, next year, ways that we are going to not have to depend on those things. Not fear-based, just be aware of what can I grow for myself where I live? What kind of food source can I have available to me at this time? What are easy things to keep in the house, food source-wise? It's not to, spread fear. It's more just to be like awareness of there's a lot of things happening right now, and there's a lot of uncertainty with people. And we all saw what happened during the Great Pause, as I like to put it. And if everyone had kind of just balanced things out, there probably wouldn't have been such a rush on supermarkets and toilet paper. That was crazy to me. Toilet paper. Yeah, if there had been moderation. So I'll bring that forth, and so if that resonates, look up Rudolf Steiner. Let's see, any other questions? I'm trying to see what's coming in today. All right. Yes. What is this? Keep your urine neutral to prevent uric acid kidney stones. pH is key. Yes, for sure. Urine therapy. If that resonates with you guys, look that up. Lemonade is great. Pay attention to the sugar in your lemonade. Let's see. All right. Someone's mom is going into surgery today. Yeah, everybody kind of take a breath. Will you? Take a breath with me. And release. Feel into a family member that you love. It doesn't have to be your mom, but feel into a family member that you love. If you don't have a family member that you love, is there a best friend? Is there someone in your life that brings you peace? This can be anyone. Take a deep breath and release. And if you choose, as you feel this feeling of love or joy or companionship with this friend, let us now, through our breath, a sort of prayer, sort of mantra, take a deep breath, and as you release that breath, send that loving energy to this one's here, their mom who's going through surgery. Take a deep breath in and release. And just picture that loving energy going to that person's mom for speedy recovery and healing. Let's also take a deep breath and release. Anyone within this group here, live or on the replay, that has someone in their life that is struggling in some way, can we send them peace? Can we send them love? Breathe in and release. We are all powerful beings, linked to the sun, the earth, the waters, the fire of the heat, the air that we breathe. We are like mini batteries. Take a breath in and a breath out. Our intention is powerful. Our intention can heal another. Our intention can heal the waters in the area, the land in the area. When many come together as one, we are powerful. Take a deep breath in and just send that love to another, knowing that you have plenty. As you breathe in, you absorb source energy, creator energy through the top of your crown, through our sun, through the central sun. We actually have more than one sun. And we allow that energy to go through our bodies, traveling through, lighting up all the cells, the bones, the blood, DNA, the bodily systems, creating balance within our body through our breath, through our intention, and through our presence. So if you have an intention for someone out there today, breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in through your bellies and release. Almost like you're spreading fairy dust on those beautiful people that you love in your life. Whirlwinds of fairy dust. Merlin. Merlin magic comes in. Yeah. If any of you have an attachment to an affinity for Merlin, for magic, Harry Potter, think of the magic. Think of the magic used for good, for love, for repair, for peace, for all. Breathe in and release. And just feel for a moment. Feel the stillness in your body. Feel the life in your body. Feel the wishes. What wishes do you have for another? What wish can you send to all the different parts of the world that are possibly in struggle, in survival, who do not have what we have? Can you send wishes? Can you send magic? Can you send heart? As you send heart now, you send connection, threads of energy throughout all the earth, a crystalline grid system. Grounded in the earth, anchored here now, we send these energies to all with love. Breathe in and breathe out. See those threads of energies travel. There is no separation. There's only oneness, unity consciousness. What does that feel like? To say that you are a part of many, that you are never alone. Breathe. Never alone. Always protected, always guided. And many abilities, many energetic abilities to send out that divine love to all. To breed peace instead of war. To breathe connectivity instead of separation. Breathe in and breathe out. Can you feel the oneness? The oneness amongst all. There is more to this world than the physical. And there are many mysteries out there. Some to be revealed, some that are known, some that are known but thought to be fantasy, myth. And with every myth, there is a legend, there is history, and there is fact. Breathe in and release. Feel the mystery that you are. It's okay to be in mystery. It's okay to know not where you are going. It is okay. A lovely mantra. I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm okay, I'm okay. I am okay. Breathe in and release. I am more than okay. I am more than okay. Yes, I am more than okay. Take a deep breath in. Hello, my friends. I want more. Yes, I want more in life. I've had this for a time, and now I want more. Feel into that. Yes, I am worthy of more. How am I worthy of more? Doesn't really matter how. I just know that I am worthy of more. Can you say this? Breathe. I am worthy of more. How can I give myself more? What do I need right now? Am I thirsty? Am I hungry? What is more for me right now? Do I need to take a walk? Do I need a drive? What would feel good right now? I will go do that right now. I may be losing some people here. I may go do that right now, if I feel like that should be done right now. This is a practice that we can do on a regular basis. Just asking, what is needed right now? And allowing yourself to have a little fun, to play a little bit. This is a way of bringing play to life, especially when the mind is on a hamster wheel. It's a good question. Where am I right now? Does it help to write things down? You can do like me, how I get centered when I have a lot going on. I will write things down. It could be a long list, by the way. And then whatever is on my hand that day, this is what gets done this day, for sure. I can fit up to 7 things, but that's a little pushing it on this hand. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. We've been calming our nervous system. We've been getting in touch with a higher aspect of us. There's a different word than higher. It's really not on a basis of levels, but that greatest version of ourselves is who we tap into when we breathe together. When we send love to another, prayers, blessings, goodwill, and when we send that out to all the lights connected in that crystalline consciousness of the earth, we have that connection. We build that connection here on a daily basis. So welcome for being here. Thank you. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Just checking in on the comments. Happy Valentine's Day. Yes. Happy Love Day. Does it just have to be one day? Does it have to be? All right. There's a lot of people here. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. So if I haven't answered your question, go ahead and copy it and paste it in the bottom. Thanks for the compliments, guys. Bless all of you as well. I'm doing great today. Hello, Bali. Kiss from Brazil. Mwah. Kiss right back at you. I haven't looked at a map recently. Where's Tanzania? Is that in Africa? I think it's funny that I'm wearing my Africa. This is a special stone, and I don't remember the name of the stone. But it was my way. Funny thing, I was in Glastonbury, and there was a man there that has a shop of everything Africa. And I thought, how funny that the first thing I'm buying in England is a piece of Africa. So yeah, that's what this is about. It's about connecting to the land of Africa, since I work with the land, the waters. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm going to go back to the bottom again. Hello. My hometown. What is my hometown? Right now I feel like here is my hometown. I'm a traveler. That has been happening the last couple of years, ever since the Great Pause. I was traveling to help family within America, and then so I've got to be on a lot of the different lands of America and work with the different energies in different places. One of my favorites, Tennessee, in the Smoky Mountains, which is a great energetic place, just like the Rocky Mountains, where I am now. There, once a year, in July, I believe, there is a beautiful, magical, we're talking about magic, right? There's a beautiful magic event that happens with nature, with all the fireflies there, where they sync up, and they sync up in a wave of light. I'm always seeing videos from different places of amazing areas and like, do you believe this is real? And that is one of those places, my friends. If you ever get a chance to go and be in the Smoky Mountains at that time, it is wonderful. Even if it's just for a day or two, it's possible to get a camping site and be there and experience at night this wave of light, this communication that happens, a frequency between the fireflies. Hello, Washington, D.C. Hopefully you'll have more peace there. Half South African. What's the other half? All right, Glastonbury. Yes, I've been asked to go internationally the last year. I went to Egypt. I've connected with the Great Pyramids, the different temples there, the Nile River. It was a harsh environment to be in because things that I thought were sacred, like the Nile River, there's actually trash in that Nile River in Cairo and different areas. So that was a bit disappointing. Beyond that, connecting with the different areas was absolutely amazing. So as you connect here with me, and you might think about this, really, anybody that you have met that has traveled somewhere, could be just within the lands of America, right? You are actually connecting with the energy of that land. When you meet up with me here, you are connecting with those fireflies. Even if you never get to go, you're connecting with the energy of the fireflies. I mean, can you feel it? Can you see it in my eyes? Can you feel it in my smile? The connection, the magic of the fireflies, all attuning to each other in one fantastic wave of energy, lighting up. Can you feel it? So the same thing goes for any other place I've been. Glastonbury is considered the heart. Egypt is considered a part of the masculine, the mind. Yeah, the feminine, Glastonbury. I'm sure it's not the only one. While I was in Glastonbury, I connected to Ireland and Scotland and Wales. Even though I didn't travel there, there was the choice to travel there. France. There were areas in France that have to do with a connection with Mary Magdalene, or I should say the Magdalens. It's not just one person. There was a group of Magdalens. Druids. You know, these are all connections that even when you watch a movie where they are showing those lands, you know, think of Lord of the Rings, you are connecting to that land. There's something there for you. So whether you go there personally and you anchor and you work with that energy, or if you connect through nature films, there's a connection there. I had the feeling to travel to Peru. Financially, at the time, it did not make sense to go to Peru. But Peru came to me. Where? Peru came to Mount Shasta, Northern California, another vortex place. I had a shaman that showed up there, and I was able to have a session with him. I was able to connect in different ways with him. He might actually end up being on this channel because I will be inviting some collaborators to show up with me, either in a recorded video or on live. Haven't decided yet. Okay, let's see. Any more questions? I'm glad you like the softness and the kindness. It's kind of what I'm all about. Connecting to the heart. Fireflies. Got fireflies in East Coast, DC. I enjoyed Glastonbury so much. I didn't even know where I was going to stay. I was flying by the seat of my pants. I ended up renting a car and driving instead of doing the train system. It felt more comfortable to me. And at that time, I was like, ooh, I'm a little stressed out. What would make this better? That's when I ask, you know, what do I need in the now? And that was the answer. I could try and fuddle about and figure out the train system. And I had some experience with the train system. But in the end, financially, I actually wasn't supposed to stay in England as long as I was to stay in England. So it made more sense to rent a car and travel in that manner. All right, let's see. Going back down to the bottom. Let's see. Julian, heart of love, heart of love. Heart of love. Feel into that for a second. Heart of love. Heart of love. Can you put an I am in front of that? I am, we are the heart of love. That is the divine within you, the heart of love, the heart, not necessarily, it can be romantic, but really the heart of love, the heart of who you are. You're not your job. You're not the roles that you play. You're not who you pretend to be when you do pretend. And yet sometimes we can pretend to be a certain way, and that can help us step into a braver part of ourselves as well. We can image and create with intention that which we want to bring into our life. There's a lot of energies out there. Someone mentioned a dog-eat-dog energy, and it's true. It is out there. We are living on an earth of duality. So the moment that we can acknowledge that, yeah, we're going to have some friction here, we're going to have some contrast, right? Good, bad, contrast. Peace, war, right? Contrast. The point is to hold something lighter, to hold a different energy within the heart. All we have is how we live here on this earth, how we show up for ourselves and for others. That's all that we have available to us at any given time. So the biggest question is, when you're seeing a lot of turmoil out there, are you going to join the turmoil? Are you going to be in this place where you step on the little guy? Or are you going to be on that place where you give a hand to the little guy and say, here, you're kind of little, climb up on my shoulders, let me give you a little lift. And yet we do not hold the world on our shoulders. We're not being asked to hold the world on our shoulders. It is up to each person to bring that love, to bring that peace in times where there is discord, in times where there is uncertainty, in times where we feel like there might be a lie in the many systems that we've trusted for so long, that it's okay to realize that there's been a lie there, that we've been a part of that lie, and that we don't have to be a part of that lie anymore. And what can we do in our lives to not be a part of that or not feed that anymore? These are many different systems that we live in. This is educational, this is financial, this is the government parties and systems out there too. Like, how do we get to more of a place where we work together? Yeah, few people feeling into the energy of the pyramids, of England. All right, music. Yes, frequency and music. It's something that we often get into here. There is a lot of weaponizing, this is true, in the foods, in the animals. It might be a reason to go plant-based. However, there's many things happening with plants as well. What we have the availability to do is we could grow our own food. We could not rely on others for that type of area, right? So again, there's choice. Yes, there's things happening around us. Yes, there are things that are kind of ridiculous, that like, hey, this is the air that I breathe. What's going on? And why is this being allowed? But we have a choice, right? In regards to, like, we walk outside, we have the ability to breathe in clear air. You might disagree that there's things being done to the air. This is true. But you have the ability to alchemize, to work with energy. Air is part of that energy. Fire is part of that energy. Water is part of that energy. We have the ability to work with these different energies. I told someone the other day, I said, I had it rain in Colorado. They were like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, I have this thing that I do when the weather comes. I don't look at my phone and have the phone tell me what weather it's going to be. When I travel to places and good weather is necessary for me in my travel, I bring that in. And I bring it in with frequency. I bring it in with tone and a song. I sing a song and I go for a walk and I sing that song. And that weather turns into something that is desirable to me. So I don't know how far that power or that gift goes, but it's something that I've noticed occurs when I put the intention out there. We needed some water here in Colorado, and because people kept asking for snow, because they're just stuck in that story of it's winter time. And I asked a couple people in that week, I was like, what if it weren't winter? What if this season weren't winter? What would you be asking for if we needed water? And they were like, well, rain, right? Because it wouldn't be cold enough to snow. And I was like, well, what you have right now is it's not cold enough to snow. So could rain be the possibility? Had a few conversations like that. And then I brought in rain. Like it's rained the last 2 days, here and there, but it's rained. Hello, guys. All right, what else are we going to talk about here? Am I still answering questions? Yes, I create the weather. I totally do. I know it sounds woohoo, but if you're here for a little bit of woo, because I was talking about magic and Merlin and fairy dust. So welcome to the woo. All right. I actually, someone was talking about grizzlies in Colorado. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe. I know there's different types of bears here. I also do another woo thing. I have drank of the waters of many places that I've gone. You know when they say you can't drink the water? I drink the water from the river. I am perfectly fine. I go to areas where it's clean, clear, circulating, coming straight out of the mountain. And I started doing that as I was staying in Mount Shasta for a while. There's a specific area where people go and they fill up water. And then I started searching out for other water springs around the places I was traveling. And then I thought, is the story that we've been told for so long that water is undrinkable in the rivers true? And just a little sip here and there, I decided to try it out. But again, I was in very clean places. I was very up high in the mountains. So that's what I've done. If you've eaten snow, you've eaten snow from, you know, from the sky, right? You've eaten water from the sky. Connect with the water. That's what's coming in. Connect with the water. Go swimming. Breathe with the water. See the water as consciousness because it is. See the land as consciousness because it is. How can you connect today? Feel into that. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off for today. I'm going to see if there's a card that comes in. For the collective that is here on this call or on the replay, what is to be known at this time? Funny. The 3 monkeys. I've always loved these 3 monkeys. I'll show you the card. Remember what we talked about, what you want to spread in the world? We've got these 3 monkeys, right? Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, right? We've got a mountain range here. Okay. I'm reminded of the monkey effect. Is that what it's called, guys? All right, so in one respect, we're being asked to pay attention to what we're listening to. Okay? Pay attention to the music you listen to. Words have vibration. So that vibration gets embedded within the cells. Is what you're listening to, watching on Netflix, being a part of, something that you want to actually merge with the cells of your body. Your cells are made of water, and water is programmable. So here we are, back to water. Programming water you drink with aspects that you feel you need more of in your life, or aspects of yourself that you want to enhance, like confidence can be programmed into your water. We watch movies that bring confidence sometimes because we feel like we're lacking in it. So we might watch like a funny movie, something that makes us laugh, because laughter shakes up all the cells in your body and gets you moving, gets you going in a direction that you want to be, because you're not taking life too seriously. Monkeys do not take life too seriously. Here we are. See no evil. The things that we watch on a regular basis, the things that we're looking at, what are we willingly deciding to partake in? Speak no evil. What is our voice used for? Is our voice used for curses? Every time you have ill will towards another, either thought or sound that escapes your mouth, also hurts your own cells, not just that of another. You're actually hurting more of you, because there's a restriction that happens within your body systems. Your nervous system tightens up, your throat tightens up, your stomach, your solar plexus, the housing of your power tightens up, and it's not able to be released. So this is some of what is coming in. And the three monkey effect that I am talking about, it's not the three monkey effect, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? There was a monkey on the other side of the world, or a group of monkeys, or apes, I'm not sure, from this genre of animal, and they started washing their food. On the other side of the world, they were being studied, and it was shown through these studies that they started washing their food in the river. Other species further away started also washing their food. So feel into that for a minute. It's often said that when people don't think that like one person can change the world. What if you can? What if you can, because you are part of a conscious collective? You're part of the energetic grid. So when you make a change in your life, you are not only affecting your own energetic system, but you are energetically affecting and participating in a co-creation with all those around you. All right? Co-creation. That's what this channel is all about. One co-creation. What are we creating here? What do you want to create in life? How do you want to make this life awesome? How do you want to make it more than just livable? Like, how do you want to live life? Really live it. All right. I'm going to leave you with those words of wisdom. I hope you guys have a great day. As always, we are one. One heart, one breath, one light. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow at 11:11 Pacific time. If I'm not here, there'll be a short that shows up afterwards, probably. But my intention is to be here daily at 11:11 Pacific time with you guys. I love you. I say that again because we don't always have the ability to hear it from another, so I want you to hear it now and feel it right now. I love you. I love you. You are doing great. You are whole. You're enough. You're doing great. I'll see you tomorrow at 11:11. Have a fantastic day.